almighty two-stroke versus four-stroke debate. We aim to settle it once and for all, so you can spend more time on your bike and less on your keyboard. This debate has destroyed friendships, ruined relationships, and seen minor arguments flare up way out of proportion over the past century. The debate has ranged from hard facts to personal preference and highly emotional attacks. Arguments in the pits have even been continued onto the racetrack. First, four-stroke riders are often accused of being gay. And this is true. Only 3.5% of two-stroke riders are gay, whereas 3.8% of four-stroke riders are gay. And yes, most of them are KTM riders. But in this enlightened age, who seriously gives a fuck? They all ride equally as well, and the gay riders look fabulous due to their fashion sense. Here's a handy test if you are unsure about your sexual orientation. And while on the sexual side of things, most male riders agree that more than 2 strokes, you are just playing with it. Whereas women tend to say, why stop at 2 strokes when you can go for more? A quick bit of history. 2-stroke engines are very basic and simple, kind of like their riders. So it's weird that early models didn't work out all that well when you actually tried to ride them. The only advantage was you could ride in your backyard without pissing off the neighbours. Some 4-strokes also had poor design quality as well. Let's take a look at common views in the riding community. As we all know, your average rider is highly intelligent, unbiased, and definitely worth listening to, especially on internet forums.
Good gosh, what are those light 4-strokes I ordered? It's only 130 kilos this year.
Down to facts, you can't argue with DNA evidence. The 4-stroke rider is typically more evolved and can ride better, but they have no testicles, so their riding skills tend to be offset by their inner wimp. Yes, the 2-stroke is more powerful and lighter, but it makes a lot of smoke in the process, which blinds 4-stroke riders and stops them overtaking. And you have to put oil in the fuel. And what's the go with all these scented oils? It all sounds a bit gay, but of course there's nothing wrong with that. All that smoke has health consequences too, in the form of passive smoking, although it's killing off the slower riders behind you, so there's nothing really wrong with weeding out the gene pool a bit. The extra power and lightweight make 2-strokes fun to ride, but they can be twitchy and harder to handle. As a result, riders may need to adopt unusual styles of cornering to compensate. The weight of a 4-stroke feels more planted, and it's also good for crushing anyone who's pissed you off recently. A nice flat, predictable power delivery of a 4-stroke definitely suits less aggressive riders, and as a plus, makes for easier wheelies. Engine braking is a personal choice. You can always pick the 2-stroke rider trying to ride a 4-stroke for the first time. Maintenance? Easier and cheaper on the 2-stroke, but you do have to do it more often. It's way easier to make 2-stroke noises when you are pretend racing through the office at work. No one in the history of riding has ever faked a decent 4-stroke sound. Four-strokes are more economical on fuel, although 2-stroke riders often say it's because the little Nancy boys are scared to man up and go past quarter throttle. What does the future hold? The debate will continue as manufacturers continue to refine their 4-stroke and 2-stroke models. The good news is future models will get smaller and bigger, depending on whether you prefer lighter weight or going for more power. No doubt, they will still be sacks of shit to ride, but it's good to have a wider choice of shit. So the ultimate answer? The great two-stroke versus four-stroke debate will continue. But the answer occurred a few decades ago and everyone missed it. The rotary engine was essentially a three-stroke and thus the perfect compromise. They looked fantastic and just needed a set of knobby tyres to be king of the dirt bikes. And even better, you could personalise the bike to suit you with a simple change of spelling.